Welcome everybody back to another episode of Steehn versus Machine Week 3. Of course, I'm your host with most, Truman and Steehn. As always, I'm joined by the lead handicapper over at Winners and Winers, Scott Steehn. Scott, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm sure people watching these videos going, if he's the lead handicapper, how shitty are the other ones?
Man, we've had a tough couple weeks on the show.
We're just dreadful. Just fucking dreadful.
How's
it's good to be here, as always. Not sure why I'm here. You got coins at your house, you should just flip them. That's all I'm saying. But if you want to watch our show, fucking do that.
Fair enough. How's life outside of the betting world?
There is no life outside of the betting world.
No, fair enough.
No, I've got a sore foot, I've got a sore shoulder, my tooth hurts. I'm doing great. I'm an old man losing at football. What do you want from me?
Good to hear it. All right, Scott. Not to dilly-dally too much. Let's get into the show. As you kind of alluded to, we are not having
good.
They're not having the best
We're
time.
not good.
Not having the best start to the season. Let's review the picks from last week, Scott. Last week you had the Bills minus 5.5. Oh man, they just gassed in that humidity. I can't blame them. They look like me in any amount of humidity, because they're pro caliber athletes in the worst humidity possible. So
like you climb into the upper deck in Denver.
Yeah, Jesus. The Saints minus 2.5. Man, those Saints might not be good. I'm getting worried about that.
Oh, not marching in much at all.
On the flip side, the Eagles minus 6.5. Man, they absolutely took it to them. That's a good football team. I'm gonna take a twist this week. Instead of taking 5 different games, I'm just gonna put 5 units on the Eagles. I
think that's what I'm
gonna
play.
Don't do that to them. Don't jinx them. Don't up. Oh,
right.
Sorry. Don't bring that evil on them. Oh my gosh! Wow. Ooh.
Allergic to losing, apparently.
Yeah, just really hate the Eagles, But yeah, of course, they take care of business 24-8 against the Commanders. You also had the Houston-Chicago under. Man, that was a brutal game. I think that ended up like 23-20, right?
Yeah.
Let me, I got the score right here. But yeah, it was just two teams that just couldn't stop each other enough. It was all first half points. It was a terrible football game to watch. Yeah, it was 13-14 at the end of the first half. They scored 16 points in the second half total, and it was just enough to screw the under. When they were tied, I was like, I had run my math wrong. I was like, oh, maybe they'll tie, and I was like, nope, fucking still lose my under.
Yeah.
Terrible. So that was brutal. Hate to see that. You also had Tampa Bay pick'em. They got close. They got real close. I feel about like that game about like I felt about the Dolphins last night. I had the Dolphins money line last night. And I felt good about them, and then Tua went out. But till the end, you're like, Teddy's got a shot. And he takes it down there and he throws a red zone pick, and you're like, fucking terrible. Then they can't stop him. I also had the over in that game, of course. Just the most frustrating.
Yeah. I had the over. I had the right side, but I had the over in that game too. So
I told a lot of people I'm still not impressed by the Bengals. I think if Tua would have just sat the entire week, or if he wouldn't have got hurt, I think they win that game. But I think the will they, won't they, and then so Teddy didn't prep as much as he should have, and then he gets hurt. It's a scary injury, but that was this week. Let's keep.
He's fine, and there's still some kind of lingering concussion effects because they said that they watched MacGruber on the way home and he laughed at it. So there's something wrong with his fucking head right there. I'd put him on the concussion list too.
I had a buddy. They said they got discharged from the Tua got discharged from the hospital. He was traveling home last night. A buddy in my group chat say, "Oh, well, traveling with concussion is one of the worst experiences of my life." I said, "Hey, I think your travel conditions might be a little different than the starting quarterback of the Miami Dolphins. I think he's gonna have the best travel experience anybody with concussions probably ever had ever."
Yes and no, but if you're still flying at 30,000 feet, you're still putting pressure on your head. I don't give a shit if he got leg room or not. That it might not have been comfortable with the concussion.
Do they just drive you back? I mean, they could drive you back, right? I assume they would do the best thing. I assume smarter minds than us are running the risk assessments on flying to a versus just busing to a home. But
You'd think.
I wonder. I don't know. As Cincinnati to Miami, I mean, was it 15 hours probably by bus, by car, by private car?
Well, first of all, Tua is not riding a bus.
Yeah, I guess probably private car.
Can you imagine all the paparazzi crowded around the Greyhound station? These fucking human slags bored with their cardboard boxes that they're taking on their fucking trip to Florida, and then here comes Tua wearing a fur coat or some shit.
I know he's not. Yeah, I know. But yeah, I don't know. Anyways, also to recap,
and as far as I know, the bus companies don't have in-flight movies, so I don't think.
No, they got the TVs. They got the TVs now.
Do they?
I rode. As somebody who rode.
But you've ridden
tens
on a
of buses in college.
Yeah, but you've ridden on private coaches. You haven't ridden
the buses that I'm talking about. Tua would be riding on. Yes, those buses. Yes. Yeah, I assume the Greyhound buses still suck. I don't know. Luckily, never ridden an actual public bus in my life, I think.
Oh yeah, it's that's not a public bus, by the way. That's not what they call it.
Okay, all right. Well, yeah, I
guess. Sometime in your life, you just need to pack it up and take a bus trip from like here to Chicago or something.
Wow,
just to see it.
That sounds terrible. That sounds awful.
Oh, it is.
I don't think I should.
It is, but you should do it.
Oh, no, okay. Just to know how bad I could have had it, huh?
That's right. That's right.
It's like taking the train, but worse and smellier, right?
It's only slower. That's right. Only slower and way less comfortable.
Gotcha. Awesome.
And I can't stress this part enough. You make the whole journey with people who are on a bus.
That's
okay. So,
right. People who are unironically in this situation, So that's not.
I play my favorite game. Why can't that person drive?
Yeah.
DUI, retarded. So.
Oh, geez. Oh, fair enough. All right. Well,
how'd you do last week?
Slightly better. Again, maybe I overuse this. I feel like I've had to use this too much on this show, but I guess I was the smartest horse last week.
Remember, in the land of the barefoot, the man with one sandal is still king, Truman. So you're fine.
I believe you went. So you went 1-4. I went 2-3. Luckily, I had the Ravens minus 2.5. That was a slam dunk. I had the Chiefs minus 5.5. Man, shout out Matt Amendola and shout out Chris Jones. Really love those guys. Big fans, personally. We talked at length about Matt Amendola on Tom That's True, and Owen said, "Oh, I feel for Matt Amendola. I feel really bad for him." I said, "Fuck you. No." Matt Amendola deserves no sympathy. Man's made 70% of his kicks in his NFL career. And Owen's like, yeah, but now his career's done. I was like, yeah. Because if Patrick Mahomes came in and lost you the game, and if he lost the game every time, I couldn't even explain to him. I was like, no, man. Yeah. No, Patrick, because if a fringe player who got signed off the practice squad came in and threw 25% passing, you would cut him the next day. So, yeah,
Well, that's the Nathan Peterman thing. We threw 5 interceptions for Buffalo or some ridiculous shit. Remember that?
Right. Yeah.
But Amendola we figured this out, $94,000 for those 2 games.
Good for him. Absolutely.
Not a bad gig, right?
No.
Good work if you can get it.
Yeah. Cool. Sweet. Hope he invested or something. That'd be sweet. Hope he keeps his little nest egg.
2-3. Once again, you've reached the high water mark of either one of us since we've been doing this.
Oh, yeah. So I lost that Chiefs game. I also had Las Vegas and Tennessee. I had the under 45.5. Don't know if you watched the end of that game. Fucking fourth and goal. Cornerback just doesn't jump. The cornerback jumps, I win my bet. Instead, he stands there and gets mossed by Hunter Renfrow, and I lose as Las Vegas scores just enough to make it 46 and then misses the 2-point conversion. Fuck them.
Beautiful.
We already talked Houston, Chicago. I had the under 39.5. But I did also have the Rams and Cardinals. Under 48.5. I told you. If nothing dumb happened, neither of those teams collapsed, that under cashes, and it does. You know, the only silver lining is I feel like the bets I win, slam dunks. I'm knocking it out of the park, no sweats. The bets that I lose, all within just points that I'm, just 3 points, 4 points. The Chiefs game, the Chiefs had it. That's fine. Shoulda, coulda, woulda, didn't. Let's so recap. I went minus 2 and 3, minus 134. You went 1 and 4, minus 334. A little tougher. Brings us net. I'm 5 and 10 on the season, minus 548. You're 4 and 11, minus 793. Ready for some big weeks.
Jesus. Scandalous. Just scandalous.
I know. All right. I guess I'll go first since I'm still technically winning.
Oh, hey, I was rooting for the wrong team. Oh, I'm doing much better than I thought. Okay, good.
Oh, yeah? In that UCLA game?
Well, I'm still no, in the UNLV game. I'm still behind, but I was cheering for the wrong team to score.
Hey, go Lobos! Absolutely.
Yeah, I got the other side of that. But
yeah,
of course,
I assume
Lobos are winning.
If you're betting,
I'm only laying. I'm down 11, and I'm only laying 14, so it looks good here right before halftime.
You're down 11.
Yeah, I'm down 11, and I'm laying 14, so I'm minus 25 at this point.
Good.
But it's almost halftime, so we should be fine.
Hey, I saw them down 14 at one point, so it's getting a little closer. Good for you.
Yeah, great.
All right.
Hey, let's do this.
All right. My first pick of the week. I actually have an under. I can't help myself some betting under, and I love an AFC South under. I have the Tennessee Titans and the Indianapolis Colts under 42.5. Listen, Ryan Tannehill, bad. Derrick Henry, looking a little better, still bad. I'm still not convinced. Jonathan Taylor, banged up. Matt Ryan, awful. It was an awful Colts offense that lucked out to beat the Chiefs. I like the under 42.5. I do. I love it.
Here's my problem with that. My problem with that game. Tennessee's dead last in rushing yards per carry defense, giving up 5.8 yards per carry. So if ever there was a time for Taylor to kind of step it up, he's having a decent season. He's 4.7 yards per carry. That's about his career average. Henry's done. I say it every week. He's done. 3.6 yards per carry this season, 4.7 lifetime. That's a huge drop off right there.
Absolutely. Well, but I'll still say it, is that, Jonathan Taylor did not practice for a couple days this week. He did return to practice yesterday. He didn't practice on Wednesday. I'm interested. I'm interested to see, it's a toe injury. It can be tough. It's always tough. And, I don't think either of these superstar running backs are going to be superstars. And, even a good running back versus a good running back matchup still plays into the under. So give me...
Has a goddamn wide receiver slip screen ever worked?
No, I don't think so. But
maybe against the Chiefs. All this shit that never works against any other team. The drawing them off sides, and you're like, oh, they're just going to draw them off sides. The only team I've ever seen jump, fucking Chiefs.
Oh, or K-State. K-State against Tulane. Fucking did it like 3 times. That shit was... Or against Mizzou, maybe, when it didn't matter.
Well, you got a nice win tonight by Tulane, by the way. Make you guys look a little better.
Yeah, beat Houston. Gives us that that everybody's calling it the state of Kansas proxy war, because Kansas beat Houston, Tulane beat K-State. So we're like, goddamn, we need Tulane to win. All right. So yeah, I have the Colts Titan under 42.5. Scott, your first pick of the week.
Giants minus 3.5. Here's a fun fact. The Bears played the Houston Texans the week before in week 3. Davis Mills had a QBR of 19.5. Of course, QBR 50%. 50 is average. QBR of 19.5%, and he was the best quarterback on the field that day. Justin Fields 19.4. Congratulations. Justin Fields dead last in quarterback rating. In quarterback rating, he's second to last in QBR. Giants, they have to be able to contain the running game of Herbert. He's kind of had a breakout year so far. As long as they do that, they're going to be fine. I like the Giants minus the 3.5 here.
Fair enough. My system had him at and Sorry, I just want to clarify. We did get the odds update down to you on this fine Friday night. The New York Giants are actually moved to 3-point favorites, so you don't even have to bet the hook. My system actually has them as 3.2 favorites, so pretty close. And but I does slightly favor that Giants line, so I legally have to agree with you. Which brings me to my second pick of the week. I actually have the Pittsburgh and the New. Oh, sorry. Nope. No, wait. No, I don't. Sorry, man.
I do.
Yeah, you do. I actually have the Lions -3.5 at -110. This is a bad Seahawks team, man. Geno Smith does maybe was a bit propped up by a terrible Denver team that first week. Maybe clock striking midnight a bit here. And this Detroit Lions team, a lot of stuff to like there. They took Minnesota to the brink. I think Minnesota's probably twist my arm, a top 5 team in the NFC. They're a playoff team in the NFC.
Have you been away from your computer today?
Oh no, what happened? Maybe
Swift isn't playing. St. Brown isn't playing.
Oh, I have been away from my computer today.
Want to change your pick?
I would. I would actually love to change my pick. Sorry.
You got a 6th best pick there you can plug in?
Yes. Hold on. Let me. Oh man. Great. Give me. Actually, instead, hold on. Let me. We'll do this so you guys can't see. So I keep some amount of suspense building throughout the show. I've got it.
You had the over there.
I had the.
Or you had the Lions.
I had the Lions. Yeah.
Yeah, I had the over when we did the show Tuesday. Detroit defense, 32nd, giving up 31 points per game. They're last in scoring defense, 2nd in scoring. If you're not betting the over with that team, I don't know what the fuck you're doing. But again, they're missing their 2 biggest weapons, so you can't.
Yeah. Shit. Hold on. Almost there. Oh. No, I don't like that one either.
Okay.
All right. I got it. Sorry. All right. That's the benefit of having the system, though. It's just a quick peek. I ain't got to go through everything. I could just, I go, boom. I love this. All right. I got it. And what I've got is...
We're waiting.
I know. I'm building suspense. This is how you do it. This is how they... this
is how you do
shows,
it.
This is...
I see.
This is suspenseful. I know you're like, tell me the fucking thing. I have... I want to make sure I get the away team correct. I have the Buffalo Bills and the Baltimore Ravens over 51. Listen, these two offenses are great. I'm expecting an offensive showcase. I think the Bills were gassed in that Miami Heat. I think their failure to score
Miami Heat. I see what you did there.
You like that? They should make a basketball team like that. Yeah. But I think they were gassed. I think they're worn out. I think that we're looking for a bounce back week. I think Josh Allen's going to ball. Lamar Jackson back to his MVP kind of pace. I'm loving what he's doing. Yeah. Give me the over 51.5.
Well, I'm okay with that. Buffalo is, there's so many people that on the injury list on both sides of this.
It's true.
Buffalo has a lot of key pieces on the offense that are questionable. Davis, Knox, and Mitch Morse, of course, Mizzou alum, the center. But they are really down on the defensive side. Ed Oliver missed last game; he's questionable. For this one, Jordan Phillips is out. Micah Hyde is on the IR. Christian Benford's out. Jordan Poyer's questionable. Dane Jackson is questionable. So Baltimore should be able to throw the ball in this game.
So you're telling me Baltimore might hit 51 on their own? Sounds like.
Very possible. Very possible. Now, the Bills do pretty well against the run, but with a defensive backfield that's decimated like that, good luck.
Yeah.
I think your over's okay.
Alrighty. In your second pick, I already kind of gave it away.
Going to be the under in the Jets-Steelers game. I have no desire to back Trubisky or Flacco. The Jets, they've put up 31 in one game, 21 total in the other two, and that 31 they put up was kind of tainted. 14 points of those came in the last minute as the Cleveland Browns decided But they really only needed to play 59 minutes that day and let them come back. Pittsburgh, for whatever reason, they cannot run the ball. They're not running the ball. 28th in rushing rush yards per game. As far as their defense, I'm sorry, that's their defense. But the Jets, they can't run. They're 26th in the league in rushing, 84 yards per game. This is just going to be a grind, just a soul-sucking grind that no one wants to see. I'll take the under 40.5 in that one.
I have to agree with you there, but also Zach Wilson making his season debut on Sunday, not Joe Flacco.
Oh, hang on. I need to go see if I can find a fuck to give.
Probably makes the team worse. Honestly, Joe Flacco may be a little more consistent than Zach Wilson.
Yeah, I got
maybe ceiling's a little lower, but his floor's probably a lot higher.
That's what they say.
It's still low. It's still very low, but Zach Wilson's floor can get even lower.
That's true.
All right. So, yeah, what I'm saying is I like your under there. For my third pick of the week, I actually have the Steelers minus 3.5. Listen, this is again, like we talked about, it's the Jets. Zach Wilson's making his first start. I do not think I don't know. I don't think he's going to be great. I think he's going to struggle. I think this is Pittsburgh team who's, I think they're middle of the pack. I think it's Mike Tomlin. I think Mike Tomlin never had an under 500 season since he's been at Pittsburgh. This is kind of those games that guys like that win. And I think you're looking at a Pittsburgh Steelers. The system has them as 8-point favorites. I like that. I like them at, I like a 20-13. I like a 21-13, something, 20-13 makes a lot more sense. 2 field goals from Mike Tomlin sounds about right. So, yeah, I like this Steelers team just a little bit more than I like that Jets team. I think this Jets team is, I don't know, man. I don't know if Robert Saleh is going to survive this season. I think we're looking at probably a new head coach there next year and probably another top 5 draft pick. So, be a lot of questions in New York after this year. But I think it starts to, the cracks start to show. And I like Pittsburgh's minus 3.5 here.
All right, very good. I'm going to go with I can't quit them. Can't quit the only team that gave me a victory last week. It's the Eagles, 6.5 against the Jags. Yeah, I know. The Jags went out and beat the Chargers. Good for you. Eagles number 1 in total offense. Jags number 7 in total defense. But I don't think the Jacksonville Jaguars have got to play a team that's hitting on all cylinders like this Eagles offense is right now. They haven't. Jacksonville hasn't given up more than 84 yards on the ground. Good for you. Eagles rushed for 72 yards against the Commanders. They won by 16 as they gave up just 240 yards of offense. The Eagles defense very solid, number 5 in total defense. Them at less than a touchdown. Yep, I'll take that. Give me the Eagles minus 6.5.
You did mention both those teams have great offenses. System has Philadelphia Eagles. My system has Philadelphia Eagles as the second-ranked offense. Jacksonville is the fifth-ranked offense, right ahead of Kansas City. Baltimore number 1, Buffalo number 3, and Miami number 4. So that doesn't add anything to it, but I just thought it was very interesting. Thought I'd add in my 2 cents there. And quietly, Jacksonville's defense is actually really good. I have their defense ranked as, I believe, a top 5 defense right now. Yeah, a top 2, and they are number 2. Tampa Bay number 1. But again, the system's pretty high on the Jags right now. Obviously, a little strength of schedule adjustment knocks them down a peg, but not too much. All that to be said, my 4th pick is actually the Jaguars money line, where the first really conflicting picks of the year. I think maybe there was one last week or so, but yeah, Jaguars are 6.5 point underdogs. System likes them by 8. Or sorry, misread that. Sorry, system likes them by 1. Sorry, I think I was thinking of the Pittsburgh. I was thinking about the Steelers again, but yeah, no, system likes them by 0.5 point. It's gonna be a close game. I just like it. I like the Jags here. I'm not gonna lie to you. I like the Jaguars money line. Getting good rate at plus 235. If I cash all these bets, we'll be just about back to even on my side. So when that Jaguars money line hits, I'm going to be dancing all the way. So give me the Jaguars money line.
Truman, part of the fun of being on this show, being a professional handicapper, getting to share some of my knowledge and some kind of behind-the-scenes things about handicapping, some different terms people may not be familiar with. Next week, we'll talk about what the term Polish middle means, as the Philadelphia Eagles win by 3 and we both lose.
Yeah. Not to mention, this is a Doug Peterson revenge game. Have you factored that into your handicapping? Huh? Doug Peterson looking for revenge.
I ran it through the machine, and it came out. No one fucking cares.
Oh, fair enough. That's Doug Peterson. Sorry, I think Doug Peterson has to be one of the most disrespected Super Bowl head winning coaches or Super Bowl winning head coaches. Just nobody gives a shit that he won a Super Bowl. Nobody ever talks about it. When they talk about, people talk more about Urban Meyer's national championships, which I know his wife says, "Okay, Mr. Super Bowl winner, you still need to take the fucking trash out." Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, for sure. All right, your fourth pick, Scott.
I don't know. Cowboys -3.5. One of these two games will win. I guarantee it, because we're either going to find out the Eagles weren't nearly as good as we thought because the Commanders really suck, or we're going to find out the Eagles are great, the Commanders are better than we thought, and the Cowboys will lose. So personally, I think both can be true. I think the Eagles are really good, and I think the Commanders are dreadful. I just they are, and you can't pick a side of the ball that they are good on. They're 27th in total offense, 27th in total defense. Cooper Rush, they designed a nice offense for him so far. He's played within the system. He has done fine. I like this Cowboys team at home, giving up 3.5.
Yeah, I have the Commanders ranked as my second worst team. The worst team being actually the New York Jets. That defense, the worst in the league, according to the system. Offense, it was 18th in the league. Not bad, not great. The Jets, 5th on offense, 5th on defense. That gets you worst, apparently. So, it doesn't matter. But yeah, I agree with you. I'm not very in love with this Commanders team per se. Which brings me actually to my final pick of the day. I'm actually double dipping a bit here. I know you said that you'd like to put all 5 units on the Eagles -6.5. I'm actually going to go back to the Jaguars Philadelphia game. Again, I told you it's 2 top 5 offenses. Jacksonville has a good defense. I like them on the money line, but I like this to be a high scoring affair. Give me the Jacksonville Philadelphia over 54.5. Oh, also your Cowboys line. You said 3.5. It is down to -3 right now. Benefit of filming the show on Friday. So just
beautiful.
Thought I'd give you a little bit there. But yeah, give me the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Philadelphia Eagles over 45.5 -105.
Alrighty. And I'm going to finish it up with a pick that a lot of people watching this will not like. I'm going to take the Buccaneers -1. I got this early in the week. I got the Buccaneers +3.5. I'm super thrilled with that when they were thinking they were going to be playing in Minneapolis. This Tampa Bay defense, they know how to frustrate Mahomes. They've played 4 halves, and Tampa Bay has dominated 3 of them. So, Chiefs still going to be without Willie Gay, still going to be without Harrison Butker. Who's going to be kicking this week? Might be you, Truman. I don't know.
I saw the name. It's forgettable.
There are some seriously banged up receivers in this contest. I want to see.
Chris Godwin's out, I believe.
What the latest report is here.
Mike Evans. No, Evans is going to play.
Evans is back.
Right, because he was just suspended last week. He wasn't hurt.
Right. Godwin's questionable. Julio Jones is questionable. Left tackle's questionable. Donovan Smith. Rashard Perriman's doubtful. Russell Gage is questionable.
McCole Hardman questionable last I checked also.
I saw that. Let me see. Who else is questionable?
Mike Donna.
MVS is questionable as well. McCole Hardman is not on the injury report right now, by the way, so he's probably going to be okay.
It's going to be all right then.
I don't. Dana's out. I don't know why Willie Gay didn't appeal.
Oh, you can't. It was I saw it was effective immediately, and I think because they're already in the season, you can't appeal. It was something. It was, again, all that situation. We talked about it again, also on Dom. That's true. Shameless plug, but it was weird because it was all a little fishy the way they did it, but yeah, passing it, giving it on the second game of the season so that he misses weeks 3 through 6, which he just happens to play the Bucks and the Bills during those 2 weeks. It was just very odd indeed. For an assault that happened in January. So
that kid looked lost. That linebacker looked lost.
Oh, Leo Chenal, or no, Darius Harris.
No, Darius Harris. Yeah.
Yeah. They.
By the way, that's a very
touchdown at the end of the game, right?
Yep, that's a very. If you watch the All 22, dude, he was lost. I watched it to see if he's as lost as I thought he was. He is. That's a very depleted Saints team, by the way, in that London game. No Jameis, no Thomas, no Andrews Pete. Kamara's questionable. Jarvis Landry's questionable. So say hello to Andy. Say hello to Andy Dalton, everybody.
Andy Dalton and Chris Olave. Hope you like those two guys.
Yep. Yeah, I got some.
So Michael Thomas trending towards out, right? Did you say he's out?
He's out. Listed as out.
And same as Jameis?
Yep. Doubtful.
Doubtful. Oh.
God. They said I just saw the scroll come across, or the crawl come across, and said they're prepping Andy Dalton to start.
That's right, because they didn't get rid of doubtful. They got rid of probable, but they did not get rid of the doubtful designation.
Right. Just questionable, doubtful, out. So, there you go.
Fair enough.
All right.
Sounds good. Man. All right, so your 5 picks. You got the Giants -3, the Steelers, Jets under 51.5, Eagles -6.5, Cowboys -3, and Bucks -1. I've got the Titans, Colts under 52.5, Buffalo. I've got the Bills and Ravens over 51. I've got the Steelers -3.5, the Jaguars money line, and the Jaguars, Eagles over 45.5.
Damn, son, we should have gone down to Arkansas to see Bama play.
Oh, are they playing Arkansas?
Mm-hmm.
That was a good guess.
Yeah.
I got a lot of people telling me to go watch that Texas Tech K-State game. I'm not a curse if I'm at the K-State game, if I'm in the stadium, but I didn't watch any of the Oklahoma game, so I'm not good. Or I watched the last minute, and the amount of game I watched, they were tied 7-7, and the ball almost squirted out of Cade Warner's legs on the onside kick recovery, and I said, okay, that's enough to know that I don't need to watch any K-State games if I want them to be good. I'll make that sacrifice. I guess we'll all be all right. But sorry, beside the point. Thanks again, Scott, for coming in again. Open Disaster, patreon.com/open disaster. These picks go up. I believe we've been posting on Tuesday. Maybe we'll start posting it. We'll post it for free at about 11:50 on Sunday. So 11:50 a.m. so you guys can maybe get your picks in. But if you want to see
give them 10 minutes,
that's right.
Who does that?
That's right. Subscribe to the Patreon. That's why you subscribe to the Patreon. See, that's why you get. Otherwise, you pay $5 to get 40 picks a month. You get.
If you're fading me, you're killing it.
Yeah,
you are having a monster season.
Right, we've given you guys a great start to this. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. We've given. You just got to know. Yeah, you should have known to be betting against us. But now start betting with us for sure. This is the week we turn it around. This is the week.
Yes,
Scott, as always, I appreciate it. You can find Scott over Winners and Winers. Wait, let me get this right. Hold on. Once Upon a Time in Las Vegas, the rise, only the rise of the greatest sports gambling show of all time. Right?
So close. Sports betting show in the world. Yes.
Oh my!
And check out this week's episode. Watch the opening sketch. If you don't laugh, we can't hang out. I'm sorry.
Oh, fair. All right.
It's one of the funniest things I've ever written, and it only is funny because of what he did with it, and you'll know what I'm talking about when
All right.
you see it. It was funny. He took it to the next level.
Okay. All right.
Check it out, and check out next week's episode. We're going to be doing Miles Garrett driving school. So.
Gosh.
Make sure you stop by and check that out.
Good stuff.
It's over at the Winners and Wonders YouTube channel. Make sure you stop by, and you can get if you want to get my best picks. I got my premium plays available. Usually have a little discount code there for everybody, so take advantage of that if you are so inclined. So yeah,
gotcha. Twitter.com/ or at Steamroller. It's spelled like his name and then roller. You could also go to Steehnmachine. We interact with each other. I don't know, somewhat often. Once a week, once every 2 weeks. You know, we respond or retweet or every now and again I'll have Chris King in my mentions replying to something, and you'll come in and help me out there. But if I tweet something negative about the Bills, he's there to tweet something negative about the Chiefs. You know, kind of weird. But all right, fair enough.
He's a big Bills guy.
Oh yeah, I mean it's a good time to be a big Bills guy. It's the only
Bills and Cubs fan. That's terrific.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. So
You're due.
He's used to waiting a bit for his teams to win things. So
absolutely correct.
30 years, maybe they'll go to another Super Bowl, and hopefully they won't miss wide left. But Scott, Scott, I appreciate you coming on. Appreciate you every week. This has been it. This has been another week of Steehn vs. Machine. Again, I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Again, patreon.com/opendisaster if you want to see it early. We post it on Saturdays.
If you get rid of the picks part, this is probably a pretty enjoyable show for everybody. Probably having some fun, a few laughs.
Right. Yeah, you just get to
fast forward. Just fast forward to the picks. You'll be fine.
Skip the sports stuff. Yeah, just
that's right.
Just turn off the PowerPoints. Put your sticky notes on your screen. You'll feel great.
Absolutely.
All right. We'll see you guys next week here. After hopefully a much more successful week. It might look a little weirder. We thought Steehn vs. Machine was going to look weird this week. I surprisingly got to come home for the weekend. But I might be gone next weekend, so it might be a little more janky next week. But
looking forward to janky. Buddy.
So I assume we're going to have a slam dunk kind of week, and we're going to freaking kill it because I'll have to record be like, I went 5-0. Oh, and he went 4-1. That's crazy. Only the Eagles lost, so that's good. No,
that's right.
Yeah, I'm sure. Well, I hope you go 4-1, and I hope it's the Bucks who lose. I'll give you that. But all right, Scott, I appreciate it. Everybody, I appreciate it. We'll go see you next week on Steehn vs. Machine. Bye.